Hello, everyone. LJ Young is back for another session of DebtAintMyDaddy. I get on here to answer any and all personal finance questions. I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I will teach you about money unlike any other. And anything and everything I tell you, never forget, can be justified with math. Okay? Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math and money are feelings. Feelings are the only thing that can separate these two. Okay? Again, I'm on here to answer any and all personal finances only, personal finance questions. Now, how I teach, again, I'm not saying I'm a brainiac. All right? I'm not even saying I'm smarter than you. I just know something about money that you don't. That's it. And I'm telling you what it is. It's fifth grade math. And here's the formula. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. It's going to be a large negative number. Yes, including your student loans and your mortgage. Yes. It's going to be a large negative number. You got to bring that negative number to zero. That's all you got to do. And then you'll understand everything I'm talking about. Now, most of you will see that large negative number and it'll blow your mind. You'll be like, oh my God, what the hell am I going to do? Those are feelings. There you go. See those feelings? They're in there. They're trying to separate them. That's what's happening. And it just overwhelms you, right? I'm going to give you an idea of when I hear, and I can't help the way I hear now with money since I'm debt free. You just can't help it. You understand? I clearly understand it's just math, right? This is what I hear when people get overwhelmed, or you call somebody and say, hey, you're really not a homeowner if you have a mortgage. They get all in an uproar and they're like, hey, what are you talking about? Yes, I am. That's my equity, blah, 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 right? Those are feelings, okay? That has nothing to do with math, nothing. Math doesn't care about feelings, right? This is what I hear, so you guys can understand what I feel when people do that. Now, if I asked you, hey, how do you feel about 1 + 1 = 2? How does that make you feel? Does it make you warm and fuzzy inside? Or make you want to cry? Does it make you happy? Do you want to jump for joy? How about 10 - 5 = 5? How does that make you feel? Does it just make you just go, oh my God? It just brightens my day knowing that 10 - 5 = 5, right? You're looking at me, you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? It's just 5. Exactly. That's how I feel when people believe they are homeowners while having mortgages. That's how I feel. Okay. I just want to go, math will clearly show you that that's not true, right? And then they'll have to say, yes, I know that. Then why don't you believe it? That's the point. You got to wake up and say, how come I don't believe it? I know my math is right. I punched the numbers in myself, but yet I don't believe it. I'm going to tell you the answer for that too. Because you believe you own everything you finance. That's why you don't believe it, because you believe you own everything you finance. The math will clearly show that that's not true. I'm not talking about you, okay? I financed a couple of homes in my lifetime and thought I was homeowner to both times. I didn't know. I didn't know. It's like, now you learn from me. I'll change your life. And it's so simple. You just need to know the basics. You don't need to know. I'm telling you, if you don't know about money, you're probably really quiet about it because you feel like you're the only one. Though if you Google student loan debt, car loan debt, credit card debt, you're clearly not alone. Those are trillions of dollars in debt of people believing they know about money. The data is clear. Could I see this when I was in debt? No, I didn't. I didn't see any of that. So math is saying, hey, you guys, this is true right here. Do the opposite of what everybody's doing here, and you'll be rich. That's it. That's the answer. That's it. That's all you had to know. It makes me angry. I'm here to answer any and all personal finance questions. I will be a teacher unlike any other, and I'm not bragging, because I want to give this information to you so you guys can get out there and kill it, man. I'm telling you, just know the basics. Like, for example, here's another example, right? You go see a so-called smart financial advisor. This is all you got to do to see if they're really smart. Okay? Add up all your debt before you go see that financial advisor. Yes, it will be deep in the negative, okay? You go see your financial advisor and do just like this. I promise you, just do it. Say, hey, financial advisor, I added up all my debt and this is my number, and hand it to him. Okay? Let him, I want you to know that you handed them this negative number. This number says on a calculator, that number is negative. That means you have no money. Whether you want to believe it or not is irrelevant, and that's a feeling. Don't worry about that part. Just if you get those feelings, just go back to the math and say, but is my math right? Always come back to the math. Hand that to the financial advisor and just listen what they say. There's only one possible answer, I'm telling you. There's only one answer to respond to you, but you just wait and see. Most will talk about what you should invest. You should put, when you get your next check, you should put it in here, put it in that investment, get some Apple stock, bloggity, blah, bloggity, blah. All right? I want you to just let them speak. After they're done, this is all I want you to say. You see that negative number I just handed you? They're going to say, yeah. You're gonna know what you're going to say to them? Where do I get this money to invest in all this stuff if I've been a negative? That means I'm broke. Where's this money coming from that you're telling me to invest? You know what they're going to have to say? They're going to say, you have to borrow it. And then whatever number they tell you to borrow, I want you to take that number and add it to your negative debt to where you go dig yourself deeper down in the hole. And I want you to think to yourself, you're like, that doesn't make any sense. That puts me deeper in debt. Yes, it does. So all the fancy percentages and earnings and 10% gains on this stuff, that doesn't exist. You cannot invest negative dollars. That's mathematically impossible. I'm not lying to you. Do the math yourself. That's all you got to do to see if this financial advisor, because if you came to see me, you hand with me this number, I would hand it right back to you and say, you got to get rid of that number first before we go anywhere. You can't do anything. You got to get yourself out of that hole. You have no money. You're broke. That's all I would say. Hey, thank you for coming. You probably walk away upset, mad. Remember, those are feelings. Keep looking at that paper. Every time you get upset, see if that number changes when you get mad. Just keep looking at, oh man, I'm mad about that. It's not going to change. Those are feelings. Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math and money are feelings. I'm here to answer any and all personal finance questions. This is your first time coming across my channel, share it. Share it with people. Say, man, this dude sounds crazy, but his math is always right. And then you got to really sit back and think too. If you have first time coming across my page and you're upset and wondering who I am and what's my degree, my finance degree, just do it. The only thing I say to you, do the math yourself. And then when you don't understand why you don't believe that negative number, come back and see me. This is where I help you. I help you to understand why are you scared? Okay, let me just go through the whole scenarios because everybody feels like it's just them. I'll tell you why you're scared to know the exact amount of your debt. I'll tell you why you're scared. I have the answer. You come on back, but you got to do it first. I'll tell you why you have no idea what tax bracket you're in. I'll tell you why. Never bothered to concern it. I'll tell you why you've never been able to pay cash for a car. I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. Just, you got to do this first, and then you come on back. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how does he know all this? I've been there. There is no other freedom like debt-free freedom. I was a slave and didn't even know it. I'm just telling you guys the simplest of things. It's like even though I went to college for 3 or 4 years, I paid on my student loan for 10. That don't even make any sense. How come? And I got a college degree, people. I was a top cloud engineer. Know how to wire the virtual world up and across the globe, but I didn't know how to apply 5th grade math to my finances. I don't know. I don't know. I know now it's conditioning. Now I can't help but help people. I can't help it. It's so simple. I want everybody to feel this freedom. I want everybody to feel it. If you've been in debt all your life, you speak a whole different language when it comes to money. You don't even hear yourself. I didn't hear myself. Never once did I stop and say, Linnell, how come the only way I can get a car is if I finance it? How come I can never pay cash for one? How come? I never stopped and thought that. Never thought that. But you know what I did always feel? The constant pressure for money. Debt was causing that pressure. This money you go think about it. You go get a job, you're crossing your fingers that you get it because you need that money. Totally forgetting the conditions. Do you really want to work there? Or are you just having to work there because you need the money? Those days are gone. When you go do an interview, you go to interview to see if you want to work there. I tell you what, I remember like when I first got out of debt, right? I've been working all my life. So you're first nervous, just, oh my God, I got to have a job. You go through this phase, right? So I went and tried about 6 to 8 months. I was debt free. I went and tried to go get another because I was just nervous, it's just, I don't know. It just got into me, right? But on the way to the interview, I was in traffic. Okay. When I get there, now I'm a computer engineer, right? So I get there, they had one guy there that worked there that did a network and they needed another guy, right? All right, these positions usually have on-call rotations. And he go, so we're sitting in the interviews like, I said, so now I'm debt free. Interviews are totally different when you're debt free. It's not the same. You're not nervous. You're not crossing your fingers hoping you get a job. You're strictly looking to see if you even want to work here. That's the best way I can describe it, okay? So when he's telling me the details of this job, and he goes, I said, okay, what about the on-call rotation? On-call rotation means you're on call for a week, especially if you have a larger team. You're on call for a week for 24 hours a day when any emergency server's down, you get called and you figure out how to fix this problem, right? For a week. So you sign up for that, right? So when I was talking to this job, I was like, so how does the on-call rotation work when there's 2 people? Oh, one's off and he's off, you're off. I thought to myself, so what you're saying is 6 months out of the year, you will own a week of my life 24 hours a day. And then if that guy gets sick, I got to pick up that. I can't go on vacation if it was just, and they saw my face. And I'll never forget this. It must have came across my face because I was like, what? I said, oh, okay. And when I left, the recruiter called me. She's like, hey, yeah, it went good and they were liking you, but until they told you about the on-call rotation, they said, then your demeanor changed. I was like, oh crap, was it that obvious? I thought to myself, you got to be crazy if you're going to own that much time in my life. You're insane. But I'm telling you the story because if I needed that job, I probably would have accepted those conditions. And businesses know that. But I'm not blaming businesses because that's our problem. We mix feelings with business. And a job is business. They understand it's business. Period. You start mixing your feelings in there, that's the problem. And when I say feelings, even when Like your job texts you or emails you outside of your work hours, that's not allowed. Today, if I had a job like that today, I'd be like, hey, don't. Once I leave the job, I'm gone. Nobody gets to email me and text me about work. I didn't sign up for that. That's giving away the time of my life. Oh yeah, you. That's like saying to a business, yeah, you can have whatever you want of something I can never get more of, and it's the time of my life. I would never do that again, ever. I'm mad at myself for allowing it in the first place. This right here, what I'm telling you, which is fifth grade math, will change your life forever. Nobody will be able to fool you financially. Nobody. Nobody will. And I'll tell you why. Financial scams don't make financial sense. That's how to tell it's a financial scam. It's that simple. But since they're aimed to people in debt, crossing their fingers, hoping that it's real, you grasp on it. See what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's how you really, I would never believe somebody was going to send me a check and have me cash and I can keep the money for free. Why would they do that? Would you do that? I would never do that. That doesn't make sense. So I wouldn't believe it. Click. It's a scam. Nobody does that. But if you're desperate and in debt, debt starts taking over your mind and starts making you believe that, oh, that could be possible. Yeah, that check could be real. That's what happens. That's what debt does to you. And then you go and cash it and be like, oh my God, it bounced. You knew that because nobody was going to give you some money. It doesn't work like that. Nobody will be able to fool you like that. Nobody. All you got to, when you're debt free, you see how, now I see how it all works. All you got to do is copy what the businesses do. You want something from them, they run your credit report, period. If somebody wants something from you, like for me, if they want to do something for me with financially, I have to see that personal credit report. If I hire a lawyer and especially accountant, especially an accountant that's overseeing my money, you better be damn sure I want to see your personal credit report. You know how to balance, like for example, they know how to balance books, but their own finances are below zero in the red. That doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. I would never hire a person like that. Why would they do that? It doesn't make sense. But I get somebody whose personal credit report that looks like mine. I know they know. It's that simple. I will change your life forever. And I'm not bragging. I prove it to you. It's going to be hard. This freedom is not free. Excuse me, it's not. This freedom is not free. You have to pay the cost for entry. Your cost, savings minus debt, equals how much money you have in real life. And if that's a large negative number, like 85% of Americans in the United States, it's going to be a large negative number. That's your price. Get that number to zero. I don't care how you do it. I can create a plan for you how to do it. But if you want to try it on your own, go ahead. Get this number to zero. And you will be free. You come through me, I'll just help you skip over some skipping blocks, because what I also teach you, I'll be unlike any other teacher, I'm telling you. I also teach you how to stop listening to the people around you. There's more people in debt than not. There's 15% of us that are not, whose finances are in the black. 85% of other people's personal finances are in the red. People in the red giving out financial advice and don't even know they're in the red, and they're giving to other people that have no idea about money and not even realizing, because these people got more, not seeing behind the scenes that their finances are in the red, but yet they're giving financial advice. That doesn't make sense. CENTS. And that's just math. I'm not doing anything spectacular, people. I'm telling you. Nothing spectacular here. No tricks up I ain't got sleeves on. Don't even got sleeves on. I'm just doing math, which I should have did. I didn't wake up till age 40. I'm 49 now. I didn't wake up till age 40. I just knew something was wrong. People, I'm telling you, I didn't even know I was in debt. which is the stupidest thing to even say. That doesn't even make sense to me. I just knew something was wrong. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what woke me up. I just knew something wasn't going somewhere. I don't know. And then all of a sudden I came across Dave Ramsey. He showed me the plan. After that, I've been taking off on my own. He just showed me the basic plan. Hey, this minus this equals that. Make that to 0. Oh, that's it. Okay, Dave Ramsey. And then I did it. Was it easy? No. You got to stop listening to people around you. That's what I teach. I teach you to stop listening to other people in debt. How to decipher. I'm gonna give you some clues on who not to listen to when it comes to money, when it comes to buying houses. Okay, let's just go with the houses. Let's go with the houses first. This is how you know who not to listen to if you're deciding to buy a house. First question. That people in debt always love to tell what the price of something is as if they paid cash. Okay, so they're always going to tell you the price of the house. Oh, this house is 400,000, whatever. They always like to do that. Doesn't matter about that. This is my point. I want you to take 20% of that. Say like they told you 300,000, which is 20% of that is 60,000. Okay. And say to them, damn, man, you put down 60,000 on that house? They're going to say, hell no. Stop listening to them right there. If it's not 20% or more down on the house, they did it wrong. Okay. I'm not going to go into details why it's wrong. It is wrong. If you ask them, hey, what type of loan you got? What type of mortgage do you have? If they say, I don't know, don't listen to them. If you have money, you know exactly what type of mortgage you have. Exactly. If you ask a person if they tell you, if you ask them and they tell you, oh, I got an FHA mortgage, stop listening to them. FHA mortgages are for people who will not financially accept that they cannot financially finance a home. They will not accept it. It's not up to the banks to teach people about money. The bank's job is to make money, not teach people about money. Who are they to tell somebody no? Hey, you don't, it's like this. It's just like this. Who are they to tell you? If you don't know about your own money, they're not here to teach you. Okay, well, you don't know. All right, we're going to stack all these fees and all this stuff in it. Nobody with money would ever accept FHA loan terms. Ever. Ever. Only people that don't understand sign on the dotted line for the FHA mortgage as their personal residence. Only people in debt. People with money would never accept those type of terms. I would rent before I ever did that. I would rent until I'm dead. Again, if you're a person that has an FHA mortgage and you're starting to get upset about what I'm saying, those are feelings. Math and money are one. When you start to feel like that, all I want you to say to yourself, especially if you added up the money yourself, but is my math right? Every time you start to get upset, look at the math. Is my math right? If my math is right, why in the hell am I mad about? What am I mad about? If the math is right, what am I mad about? As soon as you figure that out, you come back and see me and I'll tell you why. I have the answers for you. I'm not going to trick you. You just got to figure out why you don't believe the numbers. That's all. It's not a, and I'm not even talking about you. I was there. You get on you get on Facebook, right? When you get on Facebook as a debt-free person, you could clearly see the phonies. But they don't know it. They don't know. They're only fooling people that are also in debt. That's all. That's the only people they're fooling. They're not fooling anybody else. The 15% of us that are debt-free, we know that's fake. We know how they got it. And you know what? It's not like we can just see the picture and say, oh, they did this. No, people say it without knowing what they're saying. Oh, like if somebody gets a new car, again, first thing they do is tell everybody how much this car costs as if they paid cash for it when they didn't. And how do I know they didn't? Because they say, oh, I got it at a great, awesome percentage rate. People with money don't finance depreciating objects. I don't care what it is. Doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. It's so simple. It's that easy. They don't know that though. They say it on the, and then they say they're making payments for vacations and oh my God, I can't wait for Friday. Oh, they're dreading Monday. They're just telling everybody their situation. Oh, I'm getting in that overtime. Yeah. People that need overtime are in debt. That's why they have to do overtime, because they're in debt. When you're not in debt, I don't want no overtime. No, keep it. Give it to him. Hey, Linnell, you want this overtime? Hell no. Give it to Sally. She's been begging for it all week. People in the office ask, hey, is payday here? Hey, man, you get paid. People that have money, damn, did we get paid last week or this week? Because you're not thinking about it. As long as it makes it into the account, that's all I care about. I don't care if it gets there a day before the actual payday. Those are hints. Those are all hints. Damn, you've been working here for 20 years and you're still looking for that paycheck to hit that bank account early. Those are signs. Those are signs that you're in debt. I did all the same things. And those are, oh, this is what I want, and this is one is very, very important. I want you to hear what I'm saying, all right? Follow the math. Now, if you're a high 5, 6-figure earner, I'm gonna tell you something. If you have never been able to fully fund a 401k throughout your lifetime of working, you are in debt. You're in debt. Like right now, this year, 2019, you can fully fund a 401k of $19,000. Your retirement, 401k is retirement. If you cannot afford to do that and you're making 6 figures and over, you are in debt. And I'll tell you why. Because you can't see what I'm about to tell you because you're in debt. If you didn't have any debt, making 100,000 or more, whatever, if you fully fund your 401k of $19,000, not only do you put $19,000 in your 401k, you get to take the same $19,000 off of your annual income. This will lower your annual income in your tax bracket, or it counts on where you're at. You might even drop a tax bracket. That's like two and one every single year. But if you're in debt, you can't do that. That's mathematically impossible for you. Here I was worrying about, oh, the match this, the match that. The match is, that's just bait to get you to do it. It means it means nothing when you're in debt. You're not matching anything if you're in the red. You're not matching anything. You just think you are. Everything I'm saying can be proved to be true with math. Everything. Everything. And if you're upset about what I'm saying, those are feelings again. Stop it. They're messing you up. Here's another example. When you're out of debt, you're not afraid to tell anybody that you don't have any money or you're broke or you can't afford it. You have no problem saying that. I swear to God, you don't. Somebody, hey man, so-and-so's having a wedding in 2-3 months. If I'm broke, I'm saying I can't go. They're going to say, why? I'm going to say I have no money. Hey man, we'll loan you the money. That means I owe you. No. So you're not going to go. I got no money. We don't care how they feel about my money. We don't care how another person feels about our money. It doesn't matter. Those are feelings. Society no longer affects money decisions anymore. That stops. This is what I teach you. That totally stops. You don't care what other people think. You're not hurting anybody. It's your money. How are you going to hurt somebody else when you got the money? It doesn't matter. I'm here to answer any and all personal finance questions. I will change your life. I will change your life forever, forever. And if you're on the younger side, I'm telling you, if somebody told me this when I was 25, holy moly, you can be rich without anybody knowing how in the hell you did it. They wouldn't even believe you if you told them. Hey man, how are you rich? I ain't got no debt. They'll be like, what? No, man. I mean, how come you got so much money? I just told you I ain't got any debt. What? What the? What you talking about, man? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what happens. That's what like when I go in Facebook financial rooms. Oh my God, the advice they be giving people. Oh, mm. Somebody will say, "Hey, I'm trying to get a house. I want to do it this year." As soon as I hear them say they want to get a house starting this year, I already know they messed up. You got to save up at least 20%. You ain't did that in a year. That's especially if you say that's a process. But if you're saying that, that's like I can hear it. I'm telling you, this is why people in debt, they talk different. They don't hear what they're saying. So they, oh, I'm looking for a house this year. I got to get my credit straight. If you got to get your credit straight, that means you have no money to put down on this house. You definitely ain't got 20% to put down on the house if you just now thinking about straightening up your credit. They just say it without saying it. And then the first thing they do is go find a credit repair fixer person, and nobody stops to say, damn, how come there's about 1 million credit fixer people? Because they're not doing anything for you. You're still in debt. They're not doing anything. That's why there's so many. You can just throw a dart and find one. They throw a couple pictures of cars and houses, and hey, this is what you can get with credit, and blah blah blah. And people just fall for it and just think, oh, okay, I'll just do this, and then they just not seeing that they're not changing anything. You're still in debt. It irritates me. I will change your life. If you like this, share this with many people you know, man, that probably need to hear. But remember, people got to be ready to hear what I'm saying. You give this to the average person, they'd be like, what the hell is he talking about? I can hear it in those financial rooms. I can hear it. They're giving these people this advice, how to get houses, how they should invest, to do this and that. I just go, the first question I ask, how much debt are you in? If they say, I don't know, I say, start there. Because any advice that this other person's giving you, it doesn't apply to you because you're in debt. You got to have, first of all, you have to have money to invest. And if you're in a negative, math says you have no money. So you're not investing anything. If you have retirement, you think you're getting a match, you're not matching anything. You're not matching anything. Negative matching negative is even more negative. Math will clearly show what I'm telling you, but if you don't believe it, whatever. That's going to be the turning point for you. I promise you. You got to realize, you got to take note of, even though I've done the math myself, how come I don't believe that negative number? How come I don't believe it? It doesn't matter if it's family or friends. I got close friends I'm trying to tell this message to. They don't even want to hear it. I got a friend that has his student loan for almost 15 years and think there's nothing of it. Like don't even went to school for three or four, but have the student loan for 15, cannot even see. Not even talking about him because I kept mine for 10. See what I'm saying? But today, oh my God, I don't even know why I didn't see that. That doesn't make any sense. And you can't even bankrupt them, the student loans. They're the worst of all. The only way you can get out of student loans is pay them off. And check this out. You don't want to hear this, but this is the truth. Okay? Those student loan forgiveness programs, those are slave camps. Those are slave camps for people that don't believe they can pay off their student loans. So instead of looking at, say like a person had $50,000 in student loans. Okay, I'm going on the low end. They're going to sign up for a student loan forgiveness program for 10 to 25 years. What they're saying is that I don't believe in myself enough that I'll earn $50,000 within 10 to 25 years. That's the biggest problem. If you don't believe you will make that much, whatever your student loan is, you're saying that you don't believe in yourself that you will ever be able to make this amount of money, so you accept their slave terms. And they tell you where to work and how much you can earn, just limiting you all the way across the board, your potential of being. Here you see people making billions of dollars, but you're limiting yourself because you don't believe in yourself to be able to pay off the student loans. That's exactly what that says. And I know it sounds horrible. I'm just speaking math. That's it. I'm just talking math. You will never be able to experience the freedom that I feel today by not owing anybody on earth a dime. No entity in the world. Nobody. You'll never be able to feel this if you don't believe you'll pay off your student loans. Never. That's impossible. You will always have to work because you have to earn money to pay that debt. You have to. Let me give you a little insight. I'm here to answer any personal finance questions, by the way. Let me give you on a little bit of insight what it's like in a debt-free world. What if I told you life is really not that expensive at all? It just seems that way when you're in debt. What if I told you? Would you believe me? It's true. Life's not expensive. Not at all. You look at everything as a thing. I don't care what it is, from a Bugatti to a Toyota Camry. Everything's a thing. Everything. I don't care what it is. It's worth what I say it's worth. I know you're thinking, how is that possible? I'll tell you how it's possible. It's easy. Since 85% of Americans are in debt, I have an 85% chance that I'm going to get an 85% off that car, any car I want. All I got to do is find somebody deep in debt and desperate to get out, desperate to try to save their house or whatever the stuff they believe they own that they finance, they'll do anything to save it. Save something that's not even theirs. Who cares if they know or not? I'll take that car. Yeah, this is all I'm paying. I got cash. They're going to take it. That's why life is not expensive. See how easy that is? I buy the car under Blue Book, drive it for a few years, then sell it at Blue Book because I bought it well under Blue Book. Sell it at Blue Book, then that means I drove the car for all those years for free. See how that is? But you can't see that when you're in debt. That's impossible. You can't see that. The only thing you can buy is everything at full price. That's why cars seem like they're expensive. If they say, hey, that Bugatti is worth $1.2 million, I look at it and says, who, Bugatti? I don't agree with Bugatti, so I'm not going to pay it. But if I wanted a Bugatti, I'll wait till the person that believes that price, let it drop down in value, let him get in trouble, whatever happens within this, in this finance world, and then I'll come and get the Bugatti at the price I want to get it at. See how that's any car. I don't care what it is. That's how it is to live in a debt-free world. You buy things, I buy everything I can possibly get, like my phone service or something, do it by the year. I always get money off of everything, apartments, cars, phones, anything, just anything that has a reoccurring thing. I say, hey, how much it'll reduce if I pay about a year, maybe 2 years if I like it that much. Oh, you only have to pay this? Cool, that's what I'll take. That's it. See how that works? But when you're in debt, you only can use credit cards. And if you use credit cards, guess what? You only can pay full price. You can't get half off somewhere. Nobody's going to sell you something at half off or with a credit card. They're not doing that. See how that works? That's everything. When the next economy crash happens, follow me. If you're debt free with money, when the next economy crash happens, you're gonna get the house at whatever price you feel like bidding it at, 2 or 3 of them, and just sit on them. Because it's gonna come back up. It is. It's just land property. It ain't making no more. Nobody's making more land. You just sit on it for a while, then it's gonna come back, and then you sell. That's how it is to live in this world, this debt-free world. And this is what I teach you. This is what I show you. Let me get off here. I've been on here 40 minutes. This is my passion. I'm on here 40 minutes. Didn't even realize it was 40 minutes. I hope you found this informational. If it's making sense, come on back. DebtAintMyDaddy at gmail.com. I'm off as dry as I don't know what. DebtAintMyDaddy at gmail.com. Schedule a 15-minute appointment. I'll get to know you, see where you're at currently, and then see if I can help you, see if my system will help you. Or if what I really determine, I hear the way a person talks and see if they're ready for me to if they're ready in the space they need to be, that I can help them. I always can tell if they're not. If they're not, I usually just refer them to a credit fixer person, because that's what most people want. They just want their credit fixed, and they'll do whatever, send letters and do all that other stuff, and that's what they do. I'm not downing credit fixers, okay? I don't want you to think I'm doing that. That's what I'm not doing. I'm saying they will do what you're asking them to do, okay? That's it. It's just business. It's nothing personal. They say, hey, I want my credit fixed. Okay, I can help you fix credit, and they can. And they do all the letter, like I said, they do all the letter stuff and get some stuff removed and jump your credit up, or whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. I'm not that person. Yes, I help you. What I do helps you with your credit, but I don't do what they do. That's the best way I can. What I do is permanent, and it is something that you will share with your family through generations, but only to those that are ready to hear you. Okay. All right. You guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. Excuse me. All right. Goodbye.